Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Nero here. This is the continuation of my previous video, and we're still going to talk about the rumored upcoming heroes. Previously we talked about Arthur. This time we'll talk about Cecilia, the Cleanser of Souls. Cecilia's character design is a nun with a tome and a knife. So based on her character design, I think she's an assassin type hero. Most assassins we have are agility based, so I think she's an agility based hero as well. But we'll never know until she's released. But let's take a look at her skills. First skill, and I think this is her ultimate skill, Judgment Day. Cecilia summons a divine blade down upon the head of the enemy, which currently has the most symbols of sin above their head, dealing 280% damage to them and further increasing the number of symbols above their head by 1. When this ability is used against enemies marked with 3 or more symbols, the enemy will also be stunned for a period of time. If used against enemies marked with 5 symbols, the targeted enemy will be dealt 200% damage. At level 2, damage is increased by up to 300%. At level 3, damage is increased by up to 320%. And so we have another hero with crowd control skill, and that is nice. I'm not sure regarding this description, which says if used against enemies marked with 5 symbols, the targeted enemy will be dealt 200% damage. I'm not sure if that's additional 200% damage or if that will multiply the damage, which is a maximum of 320% by 2. If this multiplies the damage by 2, then this skill will be quite OP, because as you can see, it's 320% damage. It's very rare for a skill to go that high. Plus, it can also stun the enemy by a certain period of time. We don't know how long it is, but if it's more than 2 seconds, then this is really OP. Anyways, let's take a look at her second skill. Blade of Purification. Cecilia initiates a 3-stage attack against an enemy, with each attack dealing 70% damage to the target. Each time this ability is used, increases the enemy's symbols of sin by 1 symbol. The damage caused by this ability is increased by 10% for every additional symbol that the enemy is marked with. Enemies may be marked by a maximum of 5 symbols. At level 2, ability's cooldown time is ignored every time a normal attack produces a critical strike. At level 3, damage of each attack is raised to 80% damage per attack. At level 4, damage of each attack is raised to 90% damage per attack. This skill is quite cool because it deals a lot of damage. So that's 70% plus 50% from the 5 symbols if the enemy is marked by 5 symbols. And that's a total of 120% damage per attack times 3, because there's 3 attacks. So that would be 360% damage. So that's a lot. Also, at maximum level, it can go up to 140% per attack. And we should also consider that Cecilia can potentially spam this skill every time she deals critical strike damage by her normal attacks. By the looks of her skill, she's like a killing machine for me. She's like the Athalia of the Light Bearers. Anyways, let's take a look at her third skill. Atonement. Cecilia does not appear immediately at the beginning of the battles, but instead appears behind the enemy that mirrors her formation position, unleashing a 3-stage attack on them, dealing 80% damage per attack to them while also marking them with 2 symbols of sin. At level 2, enemies that kill an allied hero are marked with 3 symbols of sin. At level 3, damage of each attack is raised to 100% damage. So, I mentioned earlier that she's the Athalia of the Light Bearers, and this skill makes her very similar to Athalia. This skill is very good countering heroes with crowd control skills like Arden, Tassie, Fox, and Nimora. and many other heroes with crowd control skills that are activated at the beginning of the battles. If you don't have an Athalia, then I think that Cecilia can be used as an alternative. So far, I really love the skill set of Cecilia. And last but not the least, here is her fourth skill, Devil Trap. Cecilia creates a divine circle that encompasses her enemies. All enemies within the divine circle have their attack ratings reduced by 60%. The first time each enemy tries to exit the circle will cause them to suffer 220% damage. At level 2, damage is increased by up to 240%. At level 3, damage is increased by up to 260%. Even without mentioning the damage that is dealt by this skill, just that attack rating reduction alone, that 60% attack rating reduction, that makes this skill very, very, very useful. Because attack rating reduction doesn't only mean damage reduction, it also means decreasing the effectiveness of skills that are based on attack rating, like healing, shields, and etc. So this makes her really OP, in my opinion. I'm not sure if the Divine Circle lasts until the end of the battle, but I'm pretty sure that she can use this multiple times. So that's it for Cecilia. Let me know what you think of her in the comments, okay? Anyways, here's another hero, Solis, or I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is it Solis or Solise or whatever? She will be added to the Wilder faction. There's no information yet in regards with her skill, but once I got the information, I will let you know. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. You have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.